Another DNA test? You know I've only been with you. With all the babies switching in this town, I want to make sure she's ours.
The rewrite.
Welcome to Take Two Radio. We are pleased to bring you interviews with people in the entertainment and music industry, discussions and recaps of the 4 remaining daytime soaps. That's The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, and Days of Our Lives, as well as various other shows. For upcoming and previous shows, check Take2Radio.com. That's with the number 2. And you can find us on Blog Talk Radio, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and other streaming apps. Follow us on social media at Take2Radio, and thanks for listening. And good evening, everyone, from the crazy weather of Chicago. This is Take Two Radio, and I'm Pam, your host. I'm here with my co-host, David, Anthony,
Hello.
Candice.
Good evening.
Hello.
And Carolyn is MIA. I don't know what's going on there, but she's supposed to join us, so maybe she'll be calling in shortly. But today, guys, I want you to know, in Chicago, we had 3 seasons. We had. I'm telling you, it was like a crisp fall day, most of the day. It was like 48 degrees. It was sunny. It was nice. I even had the window open, enjoying it. Then we went to dreary, cold, Then we went to snow. And then we went back to sun. Yeah. Snow.
What?
And
Yep. Snow.
And then we went back to sunshine.
See,
Yep.
I was right with you with Baltimore because it started out really cloudy and rain. Then it was partly cloudy. Then the sun came out. The humidity was a little bit up. Then the wind came through. Like, it's still a little windy right now. So we went through kind of spring, fall type. But when you said snow, I'm like, huh? I'm like, wait, I was with you until you said snow.
Well, I said the only thing we
spring in
missed out on
Miami.
today, the only thing we missed out on today was like, hit maybe 60, 70 to get the summer part. Go ahead, Anthony.
All right.
Spring in Miami is summer everywhere else. It started out in the low 70s. It went up to 95 degrees. We had 10 minutes worth of rain, and it's absolutely beautiful outside right now.
What's that? I can't hear you, Anthony, huh? Did anybody hear what Anthony said? No, none of us. None of us that are on the East Coast. And I know Carolyn is going to chime in. Yeah, it was 90 here today, too. So go ahead, Carolyn.
It was probably 85.
Yeah, I know it was 85, sunny, not a cloud in the sky.
Told you.
Humidity's not too bad, but we need rain. We need rain badly.
Oh,
Well, you could have came up to
Yeah, we
Baltimore
do need
today.
That we've had.
Yeah, we had rain yesterday.
The showers aren't doing it.
This morning. We had it this morning.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing
great.
with sheltering in place?
Well, you know what? That's been
I'm
my
still
life.
working.
That's been my life for 10 years since my disabilities came on, so it's not a big issue for me. I'm used to it.
Well, everybody knows I like going places, so it's kind of, it's kind of weird, but I'm actually getting stuff done that I normally wouldn't be able to do, so I look at that as a positive. I'm really proud of myself. I was like, yeah, I got all of it done, but it is weird because I'm such a workaholic, and I miss my babies at work. So, and it's just kind of weird, but, I look at it as this: we have to do what's right for Mother Earth, because Earth Week is in a couple of weeks. And this is really this is going to sound so cliche. We only have one life to live, so we need to do our part, or else we're going to end up in General Hospital. There you go.
Exactly. There you go. As the world turns to a new guiding
don't
light.
Don't go into the light.
Look through the light.
Because we don't want to end up on the edge of night.
Right.
And be dealing with some dark shadows.
Right now, I was going to say, right now it's a little of the dark shadows, but, you know.
By the way, for those who are listening, we did not resist this. What's going on?
No.
Maybe Ryan has a hope. There you go.
Well,
and we'll be loving
for...
in the city.
Yeah,
when this is all over.
And real quick,
we'll be young and restless and bold and beautiful again. So stay tuned.
We won't go to another world. That was fun. We're going to search for tomorrow for some answers.
Oh my God!
And then we'll have some.
We'll
have some passions.
Oh yeah, our passions.
But in 9 months, there's going to be a lot of all my children, not my children, but y'all children, not
right.
my children.
Right. Not me either. Bunch of babies being born in 9 months. That's for sure.
Yup.
Well, that'll keep Candace in business.
Right. Exactly. So we're waiting for our guest to call in, but just so our listeners know, we're not just, talking and crazy tonight. We're also welcoming actress Amanda Baker, whom some of you may recognize as Babe Carrie Chandler from All My Children, or as Jolene Krull from General Hospital Night Shift, as Ella from the movie Pandemic, or recently as Rebecca Larson from Black Lightning. Either way, we're very pleased to have her with us tonight once we get her to call in.
There you go. But in the meantime,
we were talking before we went on air, and Pam's General Hospital is being interrupted every day. How about the rest of you? Are you getting all 4 of them?
Yeah, here I can speak. Yeah, like I know New York, like around New York, it's been kind of tough here and there. I know here in Maryland, our governor sometimes comes on around 1:00 and 1:15. So, that's half of Young and the Restless and Days of Our Lives. But what they've been doing is split screen, so we can still see the stories as well as get the information. Well, because you know what? Whoever called the governor to tell them about Bold and Beautiful not being on, it wasn't Maryland. I just want to let everybody know that, and it was not me. But no, they're doing that. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, they did cut off Young and the Restless, and I had to watch it, on the app. By the way, CBS All Access is free until the end of the month. Shameless plug.
All right, I'll catch up.
Thank you. You can catch Bold and Beautiful and Young and the Restless for free. So Maryland so far, and I think Virginia, I know because I have friends in Virginia, they've been getting Young and the Restless and Bold cut off, and Days, because they all come around
same thing down here. Yeah. Days
Florida,
is pretty good.
Governor DeSantis, he took the whole hour yesterday here in Florida. Days of our
did you
lives.
hear what he named his daughter? He named his daughter Mommy.
I'm going to cut you guys off because I think we have our guest, Amanda.
Yes. Hi.
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 Everybody's here. This is Pam. We have David. We have Anthony. We have Carolyn, and we have Candice. All the co-hosts here.
Hi.
So, welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
Hello.
So, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. I just realized what time it was. I was actually out getting some fresh air and on a walk with the family. So I apologize, but we're doing pretty good today. Hanging in there, I guess, with all this craziness going on.
Yeah.
Where are you guys sheltering in place?
We are in Nashville, so we're about 30 minutes south of the downtown area. So we're not right in a lot of where a lot of the main cases are, but we're starting to have some show up like, where we are. So we're just trying to you know, stay as safe and, you know, as healthy as we can, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
That's all you can do.
That's it.
Yes. But
so,
just very surreal.
I know, isn't it though? I know for most
It
people,
is.
like we were discussing before you called in, it's easy for me to shelter in place because I've been doing it for 10 years due to my disabilities. You know,
Right.
my out time is just going to the doctor or the dentist, and that's really about it. So, but I know for so many others that are used to being busy every single day, whether it be going to work or running your kids to school or going to the grocery store or whatever, you take that for granted, and now you just can't do that.
Yeah, definitely. You do take it for granted. Yeah, absolutely. And just the simple, just hop in the car and go through a drive-through or, you know, just anything like that. You know, it's, you definitely realize just, you know, how.
Handshakes and hugs.
Yeah, handshakes, hugs, and all that.
We have to elbow people now.
I know.
No, you can't elbow people. You got to stay 6 feet away from them. So now you can't even do that.
Yeah, you have to do. I know.
Yeah.
We were. There's a trail kind of by our house, and people are kind of just going out of their way, like if they're on bikes, just to kind of like try to stay like 6 feet away if they're, you know. So yeah, it's just very strange to get used to, you know.
Remember that game, 6 degrees of separation? It's now 6 feet of separation. Get back and stay back.
Yes, that's exactly right.
It's a shame, but we'll all get through this, and we just pray for those that need the prayers and
yes,
a lot of healing. So
definitely, yes, absolutely.
So on to a more fun subject, and that would be you.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll take it.
Were you the little girl who put on plays and sang into her hairbrush growing up, or did the acting bug bite you later in life?
You know, I would say that I really didn't. I mean, yes, I was a little girl and preteen that, you know, whenever we would go to like family functions, you know, my mom, she was always like my biggest fan, my biggest supporter. She'd always say, Amanda, tell that story you told us about, you know, your teacher, or, you know, I'd mimic people, and, you know, my cousins, whenever we get together, we would put on plays, but it more like comedy stuff where we'd kind of like do little plays about like our other family members, and just kind of like make our older, you know, like our elders laugh, you know, about like you know, what grandma does, and, you know, so I definitely did a lot of that growing up. But I really didn't think about acting per se or doing anything like that until really probably I was in high school, you know, which wasn't too far later than that, but I joined the show choir at my high school, which was a lot of performing. So it was singing, and it was just, you know, like theater, which I loved. So that was kind of really what opened my eyes to how much I really had a passion for performing, and just really loving, you know, what was all involved with that. So, but the funny thing is that I was still of the mentality when I went off to college that, well, you know, I'm still kind of a homebody. I probably won't ever move to LA or New York, so I'm just going to get a business degree. You know, I'm not really going to take any acting classes or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of stay on this path of, you know, trying to, you know, stay realistic. And yeah, we see how well that turned out. So I still had very much the mindset, even in college, that it was not something I would ever really pursue as a career. But you know, as we all know, like, you never know where life is going to take you. So after I graduated, I was working at a real estate company, and things just kind of started to progress from there. There was a photographer that did a lot of shots for real estate, like magazines and different things. He actually did a lot of different things. But anyway, one of the things that he would do was local commercials. And he approached me one day and asked if I would be interested in being in a local commercial. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Piggly Wiggly, but
yes,
we've got Piggly Wiggly
We know the
rolling
Piggly.
south. Yeah, the Piggly Wiggly. So they were doing a commercial for Piggly Wiggly, and he asked if I'd be interested in being an extra, in the commercial. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun, So then I started singing in a band, with a couple of close friends of mine that I had, known in high school. And so, yeah, it just kind of started to progress very, very slowly, which I think I needed, because I think if it had happened very quickly, and I'd moved out to LA right away, I think I probably would have gotten scared and moved home, But so it kind of was a slow progression after that, once I kind of started with that. But, yeah, it was something I realized that was sort of where God was sort of pushing me, and just kind of stayed on that path after that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, like I told my children, and I just had this conversation with my G-sons, as I call them, because I always say I'm too young to be grandma, so I call them G-sons. We just had the conversation the other day when I was asking them, well, have you thought about what you want to be when you grow up? They're 9 and 10, well, 8 and 10. The other one will be 9 soon. And the first thing that one of them said to me is he wanted to be a soccer player. And I says, that's great. I says, you can do that. I said, you're very good at it, but you also have to stay in school and get your education, because if you get hurt at soccer and you can't play anymore, then how are you going to make money? So I always believed in telling my children to go for their passions, but they also have to have a backup plan.
Right. Absolutely. Yes. And I think that was my whole outlook on it. Even though I knew sort of going into college, they tell you, like, what do you want to do? What do you want to study? What do you want to be? And I really had no idea, because my first love was, acting and singing, and that was my true passion. But I think I was just too scared to go down that route as far as, getting a degree in it, because I just wanted some things totally separate to fall back on if it, for some reason it didn't pan out that way. So I'm definitely a firm believer in that. And, it never hurts to, have a little bit of background in something else, so.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, that I think that's really, really good advice. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just, and none of them ended up going with their passions. So as far as my four children, so my 4 children went, but we'll see what happens with my G-sons. You never know. Now, before you started out on All My Children, as Babe Carrie Chandler, you played Jolene Crowell on General Hospital Night Shift. Did you audition with someone when you landed that role, before landing the role? Or did you just audition by yourself, like one of the cast?
Yeah. I actually auditioned by myself, but it was, I think I went in for 3 separate auditions before I got the part. And on the first and second audition, when I was reading the script, or, when I was reading the part, besides, they just had me reading it as, Jolene as this sweet nurse, she's the girl next door, read it, just read it that way. And then for the third audition, they were like, okay, we're going to kind of like take a little turn here, and we want you to read it like you are, you have like a secret agenda, like you're actually like evil, like you're killing people. And I was like, oh, okay. I really didn't expect that, but so reading the same words, the same lines, but taking a total 180 with it. So of course, they didn't tell me in that moment that this was exactly what was going to happen with the character, but I had some sort of inclination that there was something going on with her. But I just auditioned by myself, and but I remember the third audition when I walked in, it was everybody in the room, and executive producers, and of course Mark Teschner, and just everybody who was involved with the show. So it was quite intimidating. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, that was it. Kind of threw me for a loop there.
Yeah. Well, what did you learn from being on your first soap that you took with you throughout the years?
Oh my goodness. Oh, just when you go onto a soap, I don't know if a lot of people realize how much is involved, how hard people work, and how many lines you have to memorize, right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, it was such a great place to start. Of course, I had done some stuff before that, but for me, doing something, regularly on a show, being like a series regular, it was such an important learning ground for me, because I'd show up to set and we'd go over just 40 pages of a script, and in soap world you're filming like one episode a day, and you're only doing like one or two takes, and then you're moving on. So it's like you got to be on your toes. There's no room for error, and you really have to go in prepared. So for me, it was really great for me, because I realized like there was nothing else I would ever do that would really give me that sort of training, to
mm-hmm.
have to memorize so much and really be on my toes as much as I was doing that. So I was really, really grateful for that.
And I think that's why a lot of movies and like Lifetime and Hallmark and whatever, they appreciate the soap actors, because you guys are so fast with learning your lines and knowing your marks and, all of that good stuff. And that's why you see a lot of the soap actors on all of these different types of movies and that. So, it's definitely a great education.
It is. And, the technical aspect of it for sure, of, multi-camera shooting and having to know your marks and just everything involved with it. It's a lot. And so, once you kind of get in the rhythm of it and, you show up, it's just like every day, you just, like anything, you just get used to it, and just becomes a really fine-oiled, well-oiled machine. So I can definitely see why they would be so interested in having soap actors come and do it, because it's just like no-brainer,
Right, exactly. And we love it because we get to see you guys do different things as well, and they also realize that it's a pull for more viewers to whatever movie or even a primetime show that they're putting out, because we follow you guys wherever you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we do our best with that.
Yes, you guys do. It's very much appreciated for sure, because the fans are just so amazing, and just having had experienced that with just the fans, and how everybody is just so amazing and so loyal, and it really is. It's awesome for those of us that are on the other side, because we just know how much you guys appreciate the work and everything. So it's very much appreciated for sure.
Yeah, we're amazing, aren't we?
You are.
Well, that's it on my questions for now, so I'm going to go ahead and let David go with his questions.
Okay.
Sounds
Hi, Amanda.
Good. Hi.
Well, let me see. Well, director John Suits brought you into the wonderful world of science fiction in Pandemic. My God, who would have ever thought?
I know.
And then 216. I viewed that this past weekend, and I'm thanking my lucky stars right now.
Yes.
So, so how has being in a sci-fi thriller formed your vision of the genre?
Well, it's intense, because, at the time when you're kind of a part of it, of course, when I was filming it, I'm thinking, obviously it's sci-fi. And for me, I didn't grow up watching a lot of sci-fi, not necessarily somebody that would say like, I'm a huge, huge fan or I know a lot about it. But being in a film that is obviously the sole focus, and especially a movie called Pandemic, it kind of opens your eyes a little bit, to say like, wow, this is actually something that could possibly happen. But really, now that we're kind of going through this crazy situation now in our world, it really has opened my eyes. So I wouldn't per se, say that during the time I really thought a whole lot about it. It definitely like made me think like, this is actually really interesting, that people, write about this and think about this as something that, could happen to us. But now that it's happening, my husband and I actually, we're like, wow. I mean, we've talked about it quite a few times, and just the whole experience and just how, kind of realistic it is, So I can say that it's definitely opened my eyes quite a bit.
I would say, it was just one of those pictures that you would never, at that time, wouldn't think anything like that would go on, and here we are.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, exactly. And my husband, he's read books about things like that, and of course we've watched some movies that kind of focus on stuff like that. But you just, at the time, you kind of think about it as like entertainment purposes, but.
Mm-hmm.
But now, having actually been part of something and see just how crazy things can get, it's like, wow. I mean, it makes you think a little bit, So, yeah, we've definitely had many conversations about that movie since this whole thing has happened.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
The more you know, right?
The more you know.
I know. They're all, they're wearing these hazmat suits, and everybody's dying off, and just it's just empty buildings everywhere. It's just surreal, but it's just it's
hiding out.
Scary thoughts. Yeah.
Yes. So to bring in a more upbeat, I'm going to go in another direction. Which actor or actress that you have already worked with has left you with the strongest impression on you in your career?
I would have to say Bobby Eakes.
Oh,
God.
Yeah, I would say Bobby Eakes would probably be at the top of the list, because she was somebody that I actually grew up watching. My mom watched The Bold and the Beautiful, and I just remember growing up watching her as Macy, and when I got onto All My Children and I realized she was actually going to be playing my mom, I was just like, wow, this is kind of crazy. I just having grown up watching someone like that, but then to meet her, and she was like obviously a veteran in the business. Just she'd been doing it for so many years. She's so kind and so giving, and just the sweetest. And the bond that we formed, and obviously the relationship we had, through our relationship on the show and everything was really amazing. So I would say she's definitely at the top of the list for me.
Oh, well, yeah, she's very talented. Thank you so much for answering my question.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we absolutely love Bobby Eakes and wish that she would get back onto one of the soaps or something. I know she has her career outside, of that, and she's doing very well. And we wish her all the best, but it's, we miss her too.
Absolutely.
So.
Yes. I love her so much. She's amazing. We still call each other mama, and she calls me her little girl, and it's great. So I miss seeing her. So she's wonderful.
Wonderful. Well, next time you talk to her, make sure you tell her we all say hello.
I will.
And we miss her.
Absolutely.
Thank
Definitely,
you.
I will, for sure.
Okay, next up we have Anthony.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
That answer from David's question leads perfectly into my first question, because I wanted to ask, after you did night shift, you, obviously went to All My Children and took a recast role. So,
yes.
Could you talk to us a little bit about how that went down? Did you watch your predecessor? And that was when social media, was really hitting its stride as well for, day-to-day interaction. So as far as the fans were concerned as well, what was it like stepping into that role?
Well, I was on night shift, and Brian Franz, who was the president of daytime at the time, I got a call from my agents, and they said, Brian Franz, is interested in you auditioning for this part on All My Children. I had never watched All My Children growing up. I didn't know really anything about it except Susan Lucci was on the show, and I knew about David Canary. And so, at the time I was living in LA. All My Children filmed in New York. They were like, I think they're going to be recasting this role, but, he'd like you to audition for it. So what do you think? And I really obviously, was thinking, sounds like an amazing part, but have to consider moving and everything. So I was like, oh, what the heck? It'll be fun. So anyway, they flew me out there, and I screen tested for the part. And, of course, they had a few other girls do it as well. I did get to meet Alexa Havens while I was there screen testing. She was so sweet. And I realized at that point sort of the dynamic of what was going to be taking place. They were looking for somebody that kind of looked like her, and we're trying to do like a transition, a pretty seamless transition. But like I said, I didn't really know much about the character, and then I realized, Bobby Eakes is going to be playing my mother, and then Jacob Young, who actually I had seen on I believe it was General Hospital. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Bold and Beautiful. I was like, and he's going to be playing my ex-husband. So this is just really interesting. But so when I found out I got the part, I did research, obviously, on kind of the background of Babe and kind of where she came from. And I probably watched a few scenes, with Alexa and with Bobby and her and Jacob, just to kind of see what the dynamic was and things like that. But I think for me, the most important thing was that I didn't want to copy what Alexa was doing, because I know I can't do that. As an actress, I'm not going to copy what somebody else is doing as far as their acting, because I felt like whatever I did in the screen test, that was me, and I was, playing what I felt like Babe, how, who I am, like, coming through that character. And so I just kind of continued on with that. And obviously I wanted to make sure the most important thing for me was to play her obviously as realistically as I could, and also have I wanted the chemistry between myself and Jacob and Bobby to be real. And that was probably the most important thing for me, was making sure that the relationships that I was forming and that I was playing on screen were the chemistry was real. And so they made it actually pretty easy to do that. So I knew that it was going to be really tough coming in, because I know with recast, it's hard to do. And even though it was, Alexa's decision to leave, and it was, obviously All My Children's decision to recast her, that it was going to be hard for me as as the actress kind of coming in, just taking her place, and have people say like, "Who is this? Like, what is she doing?" So so I knew that kind of coming in, but I didn't really open myself up to really a lot that was going on as far as comments or because coming on the show, people are like, one word of advice we'll give you: don't read the negativity, don't read the bad stuff, because it just kind of gets in your head. So I made it a point really not to do that, and just kind of focus on all the good stuff and what I was able to do to bring who I thought Babe Carey Chandler was to onto the screen. So that was my main focus, I think.
That's pretty awesome. You spoke about them wanting a seamless transition. I mean, and it was a very heavy storylines, set of storylines that were going on. And, I think the five of us on this call would definitely say, and everybody listening would definitely say, you guys achieved it. It was a seamless transition. So I'm glad you didn't look at social media. My second question is, of the 4 remaining soaps or any of the digital series you may have taken a look at, where would you like to go if you could, and what kind of character would you like to play?
Oh, wow. That is a good question. Well, I would have to probably say General Hospital. I love Mark Teschner, and I really owe him a lot as far as casting me on Night Shift, and he is amazing at what he does. So I'd love to.
I have a caller who would like to come in and say hello.
Okay, after she's done talking to Anthony.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Okay.
Oh yeah, no worries. And then probably I would have Jolene come back, because as far as I know, she never died. She was just in a coma, and we'd bring old Jolene back, and she'd be a good girl this time. So we'll leave it at that.
Selective amnesia.
Selective amnesia. After the coma, she realized she took a bullet for Spinelli, and she realized everything she did was because of her broken past, and she's all better now, and she's coming on the scene as a good girl.
And let her have an obsession with Jason.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, that would actually kind of be interesting, though. Wait a minute.
Right?
Yeah, you never know. I mean,
I loved
people come back.
I really did.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks. She was fun to play. She really was. It was my first time playing someone that was so bad. Of course, I say evil, like I said earlier, evil. She was not evil. She was a very broken person, and she did a lot of really bad things. But I think she definitely did have love in her heart. She had some compassion, but she definitely
her vulnerabilities were used against her. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. That's a good way to put it, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, she. I think it would be interesting to kind of bring her back from the past.
Mark, if you're listening, Frank,
For real.
Somebody.
Yes, exactly.
We can write the story. We got it.
Hashtag Where's Jolene? Hashtag
Exactly.
Wake Up Jolene.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make that trending. I want to trend that right now.
We're going to have to start playing Jolene by Dolly Parton and giving them a
Jolene. 100%. Let's do it. Let's do it. I know.
Yep.
I'm begging her to give Amanda a job.
Give Amanda a job.
I would love to see her on GH, right now, in this present moment, how she would be, reacting. I could actually now see it. Spinelli sees her, and it's completely what? And then Maxie is like, who's that? And then Spinelli's like, see, next to me, You know, I would actually like to see that. You know what?
I think it would be fantastic, right?
It would be. Yeah. Because it would give some dynamic to Maxie's finale, and you know, have Jolie, and then Jolie can meet. Oh my gosh, Jolie no. Hold on.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Let's throw a wrench in things.
Hold the phone. Yes.
Let's throw a wrench in things. You know, like we thought Jolene was rolled off in a coma, maybe dead. You know, didn't know what happened to her, but she's back, man. She's good.
I can so see her. I can so see her right now, like talking to Michael, getting back into the format, and you know, like somehow, some way, she gets to work back at GH, and like she's trying to be like the good girl. Like she's trying to like, oh, while I was in a coma, you know, I made amends, and I realized that I need to be good, and I need to be, you know, but. On a Friday's cliffhanger, we find out she ain't changed. She ain't changed her ways. No. She's going after Maxie.
She's still up to some shenanigans.
Exactly. She's still got a tick. Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. The story is written,
fantastic.
and we just need to get it aired. That's it. We're done. Okay.
I know.
See you later, Amanda.
We're
Bye.
done.
We got work to do. No.
I know. Gotta get to writing.
I'm on it.
Okay. All right.
Listeners, hashtag wake up Jolene.
I love
it.
Okay. Well, thank you, Anthony, for your questions. We're going to go ahead and see bring on this caller. His name is Billy. He's from Tennessee, and he says that he wants to say hello. So here we go.
Okay. Here we are.
Billy, go ahead.
Hi. This is one of my first times listening to your show, and here's a couple things I like. I like that you have the homosexual type on there.
Well, he's gone. Okay, so we're moving on to Carolyn.
Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Hi, great. How are you?
I'm good. I have to change my question a little bit, but you're in Nashville, right?
I am, yes.
And why are you in Nashville? Is that where you're from, or is that where you moved to?
It is where I moved to. My family and I moved here about almost 3 years ago from Los Angeles. After I had my son, my husband actually started kind of pursuing a little bit of a different career, and it kind of brought us over this way to Nashville and kind of closer to where our families are. And so we were thinking that it was kind of important to kind of get back over this way, and I thought that at some point I could start pursuing my, my acting again in the Southeast, which is kind of where it all started for me. And Atlanta has been so busy with so many different things, so many shows.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
That was for me probably the next step was if I got here to Nashville, that's what I would do.
Well, Nashville's kind of a culture shock, right? It's quite different.
Well, actually, for me, I'm from South Carolina, from Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so it's actually more of what I was used to. L.A. was more of a culture shock for me when, in New York when I was living there. So I kind of was able to really kind of just come on in and just, it was like, felt like home. So it was, it's been great.
back to your roots. Well, I'm in Florida, so I love.
Oh yeah,
the
well
Southern
yeah.
Yes, yeah. It's different. It's different.
Yes,
my
absolutely.
second question
but
is, I see that you do a lot of charity work. Can you tell us how you got involved in the Susan G. Coleman Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and can you tell us about LA Works? LA Works?
Yes, I started getting involved with charity back actually before I left South Carolina and kind of started acting, I was involved with Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation. I've had some people in my life that very, very close people. One of them was my grandmother that died of breast cancer, and so that was very, very close to my heart, and did charity work for them. And Big Brothers Big Sisters was one that I was involved in that they match you with a younger either preteen or teen, and you get to do fun activities with them and just really form a bond with them, and was able to be involved with that for a while. And then when I moved out to LA, I was actually looking for something to get involved with, and LA Works is a big organization that they have all sorts of different things you can get involved in depending on what your interests are, whether you want to work with seniors or with, women that are in, that have been in abusive situations, that have children that are in like different type housing situations, you name it, they have all sorts of stuff. And so I found that it was a really amazing organization to partner with and do some just some stuff. I was always drawn to kids and drawn to, kids that have been in tough situations, which kind of also led me to Big Brother Big Sisters. And so I was involved in a couple of different, things like that out in LA, where we would go and sit and spend time with kids and teens that were going through really tough times.
Well, teenage lives these days is really difficult, so I appreciate it. Well, we all appreciate what you've done. That's very commendable. I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and they're all wonderful. All wonderful causes.
Well, thank you. It's the least I could do. The least I could do. So I was just been happy to be a part of it. So thank you so much.
I'm going to look into
sorry, Carolyn. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I saw the LA Works, and I just wanted to know. You say that there's more versatility there. They have different things in the organization. I'm going to look into that.
Yes, you should. They do. They have all sorts of different things you can choose to do and be involved in, and just sign up like on different days and kind of what works with your schedule. So they do a really good job with providing different options that might work with you, whether it's even during the week or on the weekends or so it's not just one thing that they do. They do several different things.
Oh, good concept. Well, thanks for discussing that. Appreciate that.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Pam?
Thank you, Carolyn. I just wanted to say thank you for working with Susan G. Komen, because unfortunately my mom passed at the age of 52 from breast cancer. So that one is close to my heart as well.
Absolutely, yes. I'm sure a lot of us have been affected by people having cancer, or knowing people that have had cancer, loved ones, and it's a really amazing organization. So I just, after having experienced that with really close family members and people that were close to me, it was really great to be able to work with them and see all the awesome things that they do.
Right, exactly. Well, thank you again. And last but not least, we have Miss Candice, who is our storyteller, story writer, you name it.
That's awesome. I love it. Yes.
I just come up with it, just like, I don't even know how that even happened. I'm just like, okay, just an idea, and then boom, here's a whole story arc, and here's everything, and yeah, that's what happens when you're a Pisces.
And why are they not hiring you to be on these shows? Come on now.
Have we not said that a million times?
We've said that so many times.
Can we get that sound bite? Can we get that clip right there?
Yes. All right, everybody out there that are listening, you need to hire her to get on these shows, to get these storylines going, because she's got a gift with this.
Yes, she does.
It's a curse and a blessing at the same time. You know, this is wow. I don't even know what to say to that. So thank you. And yes. I also wanted to thank you. Besides being involved with breast cancer awareness, but also for the Big Sister, Little Sister.
Yes.
I'm also a part of the Baltimore. I live in Baltimore, the Baltimore branch of it.
Yes.
So it is important, and I guess this is a little public service now, for us who can give back to give back.
Yes.
You know,
absolutely.
Absolutely. So I do want to applaud you for that. And then I have some questions for you. Of course. What storyline do you want me to write for you? I'm just joking. Let me know. Yes. Okay, so as we're all, you know, staying home, staying in our locations, we start to think about, you know, certain things that you didn't have time to do, like cleaning, calling people, and rediscovering yourself. So with that being said, Amanda, what has this time being home and with your family taught you? Is there something within yourself that you went, oh, I didn't know I could do this or do that, or maybe I should do this and maybe I should do that? Have you had time to, like, what have you been doing with the extra time now?
Well, a part of what I'm having to do is be a teacher. My son, he just turned 6 and he's in kindergarten, and you know, for me, it's like I didn't obviously think that, you know, a few months back that I'd be in this situation where I'm having to pretty much kind of homeschool him.
Right.
And so, you know, just really not just that, you know, but just spending that quality time that I otherwise wouldn't be getting because, you know, his school schedule's from like 8:45 to 3:45, 5 days a week. So, you know, that's a big chunk of time. So I'm really trying to keep reminding myself that, you know, this is a time to really be thankful for the time that I'm getting, and not look at it as, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've got to sit here and try to get him to do this math stuff, and, you know, but really kind of relish in this time and know that it's a time that, you know, I'll probably never get back. So, for me, I've really kind of had to really sit and focus on that and realize that, you know, I get more time. I get more time. And so I've been super thankful for that. And, you know, just like you said, in the midst of this and trying to take all the precautions and all that, find the good in this time that you know, that we're all here in the house, you know. So Yeah. So I'd say that's probably one of the biggest things, and realize it's not worth it to lose my patience or think that, you know, when is this time going to be over, but that it's something to really be thankful for.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny considering the fact that, you know, besides me being creative, I'm also a teacher.
Yes.
So
wow.
So I teach pre-K. I teach pre-K. So right before they go to kindergarten, and I've talked to so many parents, and I've heard all the parents says that they are enjoying this time. That's the thing, that everybody's enjoying the extra time you're getting to have those moments. But at the same time, some of the parents was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know, like usually, like you said, a big chunk of the day, the kids are at school. So it's kind of like, all right, the teachers are taking care of it, but it's a whole new world now. And some of them have been asking me, you know, how do you do this? What should I do? And the first thing I say is just be glad your child is there. Yeah. Just be glad that you're having it and you're getting to witness their learning. Like the stuff that parents want to know how they do in school, you're seeing it now. And it's just kind of funny, but at the same time, I got to say it again, I miss my baby. So
I know. We get emails, you know, from his teacher, and she keeps saying, you know, she misses all the kids, and while my son will say, you know, I miss my classmates, I miss my teacher, and so it's definitely going both ways. Like the kids, I know for sure he misses his teacher, and like I said, I think even for the kids, like I think they may, at least my son maybe took for granted, really what was going on, with going to school every day and the relationships he was forming and the time he was spending there. And so now that it hasn't been happening, he's definitely like, his eyes have been open, like, wow, I really miss that,
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's been a learning experience for all of us, for sure, that are having to deal with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be it's going to be weird. And I said this. It's going to be weird when everything is over.
Yeah.
And the kids go back to school if your state is if your state is done for the year. But if not,
right. We have not gotten the notice that we're done for the year. So. Okay. I don't know what's going to happen. I guess it just depends on, obviously, how this all plays out. But so we have not. We don't know yet.
Right. Yeah. It's just it's one of those things where, like you said, people are kind of it's an eye opener. It's an eye opener to things. So with
Absolutely.
that being said, since we just said it. When everything is over and they say everything is clear, you can return back to normal, to your normal life, whatever that normal may be, what is the first thing you will do when they say it's done? What's the first thing?
Oh, honey, I'm going out to eat and I'm getting me some, I don't know, I'm ordering a bunch of food and just...
She's gonna hit every restaurant in town and get a little bit of everything.
That's been closed down that I've been wanting to go to. Yes, probably go over to the malls, go to the stores. That's another thing I took for granted. Just being able to go into this restaurant, and sit down and have a meal. So yeah, I think just simple things like that, that we're not able to really do right now. And go see my parents. Definitely go see my parents because, they are older, obviously. My mother has had asthma issues all her life, and I'm certainly not taking the risk to, go be around her and that sort of thing. And so I would say definitely make a plan to take everybody and go see family members that we have been distancing ourselves from. Yeah, that'd probably top the going out to the restaurant, but that's still high on the list.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
There's this one guy that I watch on Instagram. He's so funny. He's a comedian and he does these little skits and stuff. He's very popular, but he came on the other day and did an Instagram live and he was crying. Aww. At first I thought he was, doing some kind of skit, but then he was saying how much he misses his mom and his son and because his son doesn't live with them. He's remarried to somebody else and they have 2 little girls. And he was just going on and on. And he goes, I'm really sorry for doing this to you guys, but I got to get it out. I have to share this. And it was so touching. It it just broke my heart for him. And for everybody else that's going through that, it's just, that's the hardest thing.
I feel for my parents because we actually were planning a trip to go see them when all this kind of started. And just, us having the conversation to say, it's just not a good time because, we just don't want to take the risk and, and so, it's tough because I know that, she just misses seeing us and having us, and especially the, obviously the G kids to to see them and stuff. So I definitely feel for them as well, and them not being able to see us. And my sister has kids too, so I just it'll be really nice to be able to just go and just give her a hug. And my mom and I are best friends. We talk on the phone every day and just be like,
But that part,
yeah.
This part of the conversation was so important, though. I remember, and all of us have seen it, that boy on the beach, on the news, don't care, we're young, it's not going to get us. I wanted to jump through the screen and scream at him, you just killed your grandma. You just killed your grandma's death sentence.
No, you know what the eerie thing was is that it's on Facebook. You can go to it. Times Square. Now, Amanda, you lived in New York. We've all obviously Anthony. We all David. All of us been to New York, and we know how Times Square is. But this video, somebody took the video. It was empty. I've never seen it.
My God. I did see that.
It looked like from the movie I Am Legend with Will Smith.
I Am Legend. I was going to say.
Yeah, it looked completely. I mean, I never knew there was a side street for one of the places. I'm like, wait, there was a side street? Like, it was like all the lights, but it was just weird. It was just like not
so weird.
One person, and they showed the picture of the metro, and I'm like, wait a minute, like. Wait. This is. It feels like it is a movie. Like we're in a Stephen King movie, or the Twilight Zone, and it's just like, okay. But yeah, when you just brought up that boy Anthony, and I was thinking about that young girl, that Instagram girl that look at don't give me. I'm just like, okay, for real, where's your parents?
Yeah.
Like that's.
I know.
I'm like, okay, do you not understand? And I think, like I had said, beginning, I said, this is a time where we have to let Mother Earth, and I have to say it like this because I'm a teacher, to the kids, like, we have to let Mother Earth get better so that way, she can, be well enough so we can all go outside and play. And, like, I can't, like you said about the hugs, and, I mean, like I said, as soon as I see those kids, and I think any parent, grandparents, aunts, uncles, when you get that first hug, that's going to be the best. That's going to be the best. Besides going to a restaurant, Amanda, I'm thinking about going to Outback Steakhouse.
Yes.
So,
give me a steak. Come on.
Yes. Oh my God, the blooming onion.
Oh.
Well,
just take it for granted,
Right. I'm going to say that what we need to do, the whole world, we all need to pick one day after all of this is over and have a new Thanksgiving that the whole world celebrates on the same day.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Such a good idea.
It's going to be like, and I said, as soon as they announce that the coronavirus is, tamed, it's gone, it's going to be New Year's, St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July.
Everything we weren't able to celebrate before.
Right. And I can just see that because think about we didn't celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And I totally forgot Easter was Sunday.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy, right? That's just Easter.
So,
I mean,
the only way I knew, to be honest, was somebody posted something about Target, and Target had the Easter stuff, and I was like, when is Easter? And I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, it's Sunday.
The Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, because each day is like the same.
The most important day,
like
though,
the
the most important day coming up, though, is in 8 days, my birthday.
That is the most important day. Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Yes, I know what it's like to celebrate a birthday in quarantine. Well, not me personally, but my son. So, having to kind of come up with something, of course, I wasn't going to do anything super elaborate, before, but still, it's like, okay, how do we make this interesting? No friends, no, but you know what? He took it like a champ. I was super proud of him. I would say that he had a great time. We just made a homemade cake and just sang him happy birthday. Yeah, let him kind of choose what he wanted to do as far as what were in the parameters, and he had a good time. So
it's different for kids.
As bad as I thought it would be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, tell him happy belated birthday from us, and
thanks.
we'll all get through this. We'll all be better people and hopefully more loving and not take things for granted so easily and get out more into the fresh air instead of spending all of our time on social media and on our phones. So I think that's what's 100%. Going to happen once we come out of this.
And let's hear it for the people on the front line.
Lord have mercy. They should turn Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. They should turn them all off for a week when this is all said and done. And seriously, just shut them down for a week. Go out and hug people. Go out and experience real life. You be okay. We'll be back in a week.
Yeah.
I need
exactly.
social media for my job, so I need social media for my job. So I mean, I can live without it, but at the same time, this is social media. If you think about it, is really getting everybody through it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we take it for like Zoom. Like Zoom.
Yep. Oh, Zoom,
I know.
All the Zoom meetings,
Yeah. So, kind of, it's, again, curse and a blessing. There you go.
It is, yeah.
So someone on social media the other day said that Mother Earth has put us in timeout.
Yeah.
Timeout. Yeah, we're in time.
Yep. Mother Earth, it was just too much for her, and she said, "Okay, time out."
Yep.
So we've all got to rethink everything.
Exactly.
Well, this is the perfect time. Perfect time to do it. Absolutely. But we'll like I said, we'll get through it. God's going to bring us through, and we will. We will
Amen.
We'll be stronger and better for it. Absolutely.
Well, Amanda, we don't want to take up more of your time, but we had such fun speaking with you and listening to everything.
Oh, thanks.
And you need to come back when they wake up Jolene.
Yeah,
I'm on it.
And we're going to hashtag Jolene.
Yes.
Hashtag bring back Jolene.
Yes, hashtag bring back Jolene. Absolutely. But
That's
thanks for having me, guys. It was a lot of fun, and you guys just have a wonderful weekend coming up.
Thank you.
Thank
you too.
You too.
Stay safe and blessed.
Thank you. You all too.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Good night. Oh, she was such fun.
Hashtag wake up Jolene.
I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm writing it out right now.
I was going to say she's probably already put it out there,
And when she gets back on the show, she'll give you a shout out there, Candice.
I might be right before General Hospital. Who knows?
There you go.
That was a good one.
Get a movement going. Yeah, got to get a movement going here.
Exactly. Well, speaking of movements, we need to move on to our shows because we're down to 52 minutes here. Bold and the Beautiful, I mean, I really, there's not a whole lot to say about it because it's pretty much Brooke is crying because Ridge left her, and Ridge is now tromping through Las Vegas. With Shauna. And what cracked me up today, though, was when Shauna told him she was going to take him to the outlet mall, and he was like, huh?
I like that. I have to say that I appreciate Ridge and Shauna hook up because it's different. It's a new twist, and she could take him places that Brooke really hasn't.
Yeah, like the outlet
mall.
Like the outlet mall. So
yeah.
She needs to take him to Arby's.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that's having a problem with the story? Really? Arby's? Really?
Are you having a problem?
I have a problem with it because one thing is like, okay, the whole Brooke and Bill situation, okay, it shouldn't have happened, but it did, and that led into Katie. And I love Heather Tom, I do, but the way they wrote Katie, I understood where she was coming from, but at the same time, I'm like, really, we're doing this to Katie again? Bill fantasizing about Brooke, and Brooke, getting upset with Ridge, but at the same time, I'm like, Ridge, dude, how many times have you hooked up with Shauna? Like, you've kissed.
That's my problem too. Yes.
And you're talking about how Brooke, went to Bill, or Bill went, but here you go leaving with Shauna to Vegas. And by the way, Shauna taking him to the outlet, it's like kind of a flip side of when Rick took Maya to the Beverly Hills.
Right.
I'm just saying. I just want to point that out at hashtag Where's Rick and Maya. But this is one of the storylines that I'm just kind of like, oh, God. Like, Ridge, really? Like, you've done this to Brooke, too. And, yeah, it's with Bill, but you're doing kind of the same thing. And with Shauna reminds me of a high school girl that has a crush on the college football team, football captain.
Yes.
And I'm like, I like Denise Richards, but I don't like the way that her character has been
portrayed.
Written now. Yeah, and then with Quinn, well, I'm just glad Quinn's back to being, Quinn, but I question that too.
Mhm. Well, I like how Erica's calling Quinn out. He's not letting her get away with this, But I'm not crazy about the storylines at all right now. I'm sorry to say that, Bold and the Beautiful, but I'm just not.
Yeah.
I think,
so.
I think my biggest problem with this is, remember, Brooke, you done slept and married his daddy.
Mm-hmm.
You done slept and married his brother. You, Ridge, yourself, have been with every woman in L.A. because, in the Bold and Beautiful L.A., there's only 7 women. But you've done been with every woman in L.A. And so, none of this is new material. So it bothers me that they write these characters right now as though none of this has really ever happened to them before. This is earth-shattering, world-crashing dynamics. It's like, y'all all been married to all of each other. This is not new information, and we all are sitting through, Generation Now, but, it was Brooke, Taylor, Ridge for years on end. It was Brooke, Eric, Ridge. This is, they write these scenes where they give them this emotional dialogue, but none of the real past ever comes up. And that bothers me. That's what bothers me the most. I actually like Shauna. I don't know how to say this right. I don't see that there's an arc for her. I don't see, where there could be the way they're writing it now. Yeah, a future and character growth. Unless, like I said in the last show, there's some big secret between her and Quinn that's going to throw her character development into a whole new direction.
Yeah, I would actually like to see maybe Shauna go with Liam or something and get that going and maybe mix it up a little bit, because I actually want Wyatt with Sally. Even though Sally's being devious, but I like it.
No, she's not being devious. She's being stupid. I'm just going to call it like it is. Can we please talk about that story, because that has irked me in a way that, when you go to the doctors and you got to get a needle and you don't want it, but you're going to have to get it. That's how this story is reminding me of a needle shot. I don't want it, but I know I had to have it because it was going so well. It was going well. And then I'm doing it because I want Wyatt back. What the, Sally? What the?
That's what I said.
Yep.
This story could have played out with her. This story could have played out with her actually, being sick and keep going on with that part, and then he finally tells her, you've got to go for a treatment, and let's see, maybe we can get past this, and you're not going to die, and whatever. That could have been a storyline in itself, but to throw it in that she was being devious to get Wyatt back is kind of offsetting, but I still like her being like this, because that's Sally to me is fire. So she has to do something to bring that fire back because it was almost getting boring.
Well, this is the problem. Oh, go ahead, David.
I can actually see her point of view in this. I mean, Wyatt's been flaking back and forth with her, and he's no angel in this either.
Right.
He's no angel in this at all. Forget about either at all. He came crawling back and proposed to her a week later.
Right.
I slapped him into next Tuesday.
Wait a minute, but can we please remember that Sally had a thing with Thomas? She kissed Liam. So I understand about Wyatt and how he dropped Sally like a hot potato to go to FloJo. But at the same time with Sally, you're right. She's a character. She's a fire, okay? But for her to have pulled, and I'm gonna, and some of my friends said that we made this reference. This reminds me of Nick, Bridget, and Katie.
Oh Lord.
Okay?
Oh yeah.
Right. So to me, this is how it could have played out because once we found out Ashley Jones was coming back, I'm thinking like everybody else. I'm like, okay, Sally was really sick. So what if she gets a treatment from Dr. Bridget Forrester?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
And she doesn't really tell everybody that her condition is in remission and that she can still play it off. But instead, now you're going to try to get Flo to be, hallelujah, hallelujah, a saint. The one thing that I did applaud Sally doing was telling Katie, because Katie is like the neighbor from Bewitched. She was she's like,
but she knew that,
and she picked the right one. But my question is, why is Katie so up Flo's butt and whatnot? Like Flo did all this to your family, Katie, and not only that, when did you believe in true love with Flo and Wyatt? You slept with Wyatt too. So bye, Katie. I can't with the storyline. Where's Liam, Hope, and Stuffy? Where's Vinny? Where's Carter? Flo, and then Flo and Zoe are friends. I'm done.
Yeah, that bothers me too. Yeah.
Hashtag, can we kill Flo off?
Yeah.
I've been asking for so long.
Oh my gosh, yes, I agree. Okay, moving on. We're moving on to Young and the Restless. So I want to say one thing before we get into storylines. I was watching Brittany and Brighton's Instagram Live. Candice, did you watch that?
I did watch it.
Did you see? Did you see where Brittany says that she wants Kyle and Lola back together? I was like, really?
Yeah.
I was astounded.
Yeah.
I was very surprised by that.
Yeah, I kind of see where she was coming in from with that. I see where she's at. There's a lot going on with that. Here's the thing. So Kyle and Lola, as we all know, had that talk, the big talk about divorce. And I thought that it was a great scene, but the timing was too soon. This is where Young and the Restless is starting to lose. Like, they were doing good, and then all of a sudden they've been hitting some bumps. Kyle and Lola, as we all know, were together for almost 2 years, right? And then, intertwined with Summer, Kyle did everything for Lola to get what was it, liver, kidney? I forgot. Between Katie and Lola, I forget, you guys. But he married Summer.
Liver.
Was it the liver? He married Summer. And, yes, I know Kyle and Summer fans because I'm also one of you guys, too. I know Kyle and Summer are from iconic families. They have a rich history. They've been friends, da-da-da-da-da. The problem that I had was within a 2-week period, Kyle went from loving Lola to really lusting after Summer. And that would have been fine and dandy if this was 6 months later. If this was 6 months later and Lola, Theo, Kyle, and Summer, all that happened, I wouldn't have a problem. I do think that storyline was rushed. I do think now they're kind of backpedaling it now where there were some things that they should have did a couple of weeks ago that they're now doing now after the situation has happened. You now have Theo who, told Dina, there's this girl that I like, but I don't want to push her. But at the same time, Theo is up to his old tricks of taking down Kyle. And Kyle is getting jealous because he's seeing Lola with Theo. And Summer is like being the mature one. I didn't think that was possible. And actually using but I give Young and the Restless this credit. They're letting Summer talk from experience of what Phyllis and Nick has done. And, when Kyle said, well, maybe we should move in together, and Summer's like, there's something that you need to do. You're still married. She's learned from her parents. This is why soap kids, you need to learn from your parents. Okay? Because she said it. She compared, even Kyle compared their relationship to Phyllis and Nick, and Phyllis compared Phyllis had compared Summer to their situation. I just like that dynamic. But other than that, granted, the young scene has been popping. By that, we got Kyle and Summer and Theo over at Jabot. We got Billy and Lily.
Yay,
speaking of that, I did a poll on Instagram and on Facebook for do you Young and the Restless fans want to see Billy and Lily together? And it was about, the last time I looked, it was like maybe about 65% of the people want to see Billy and Lily together. So there you go.
I want them together, but I don't want it right now. I need Billy to really learn his lessons.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I want it to be a slow grow for sure.
Well,
yes.
Well, I still want Billy, Nick, and Lily, but we'll take it as it, whatever. But no, the thing is that I don't want Billy with anybody until he rediscovers himself and grow up. Like, I need for him, because right now what's going on right now is the sort of the same thing I've had an issue with. Billy doesn't fall flat on his face like everybody wants him to. Instead, there's always a save. And Jill always comes in and saves him from complete self-destruction. This company is his other chance. How many chances has he had? I lost count.
No, he's countless.
Right, but I do like the fact that Lily is back. Like, it feels right for Lily to be around. I like the fact that Hamilton Winters is back. Devon got his money back. We ain't gonna talk about that storyline. But we got the young. We got the young of the Young and the Restless. And then we got Adam and Victor. Anthony, you haven't been watching, right? Pam, you've been watching.
Before you go on to that, though, I love that they asked Tracy to join the company, because that means we get more of Tracy. So, Beth Maitland, we love you and we love this. You have to take this job. That's all there is to it.
Can I work for Chancellor? Can I work for Chancellor Media? I can write something up. Shoot. Y'all got benefits?
Yeah, I
I'll
love
take
that.
It.
I love it. I'm hoping that means we get a lot more of Beth Maitland, and go Tracy, go. She's the best. I just love her. And then I also, this is going to either be something that's going to be on fire or it's going to flop, but Jack getting Kyle and Theo to come up with the better concept for the future of Jabot. That's going to be something else, I think.
This is John Abbott. Young and the Restless is going through a phase like puberty. Okay, so with Jack, it reminds me of John Abbott with Ashley and Jack. Good old days. Okay. And this is also, like Anthony David and everybody going to say, really, Candace, you're really bringing it. It also reminds me a little bit of Gone Light. Yes, I said it. When Alice Spaulding penned Alan Michael and Philip, One Like to Live with the Buchanans, with Asa, and stuff like that. So I like that Jack is taking on that role, and he does want to see who has the heart in it. That is smart. That was smart.
Yeah,
we all know who's going to win, though. Come on now.
Who do you think's going to win?
Easy. It's going to be Theo.
I think it's going to be Theo too. You know what else I'm thinking?
It's not going to be fair though, but he's not going to do it by being fair.
But I think it's going to be where you would think Theo would cheat to get this win. I have a feeling it's going to be Kyle that's going to cheat to try to get a win.
Yep. That's my theory. And now Theo wins by Theo wins by default because I think Jack will give props to the merit of the cheat in itself because Jack is Jack. But it's going to be less than Tom at that point. Yep. That's exactly how I see it going.
Mhm. Yeah, and was it yesterday's or today's Young and the Restless? Now I can't remember. So sorry for anybody who hasn't seen today's yet. But when I love the Abby and Phyllis thing going on. I love that Abby started construction and it was making Phyllis nuts.
And the noise.
Yeah, with the noise. But then there goes Phyllis. You can't ever count her down because she got it stopped, you know. But then that just ticked off Abby. So let's see what happens next. It's going to be good.
This is good.
I don't know. Like, if Daniel was on the show, I would get why Abby and Phyllis were against each other. But to me, it's weird. It's like it should be Summer versus Abby, not Phyllis. Like, Phyllis is supposed to be with Sharon and them.
Well, Phyllis carries grudges forever. She never lets go.
Yeah,
so,
but this whole Abby thing came out of nowhere,
until she runs them down.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's like, all right, Abby versus Summer, obviously because Abby slept with Summer's husband. We ain't forget about that. But to me, it's like, okay, when you watch Phyllis go up against Abby, it's like, okay, Phyllis versus Chelsea, Phyllis versus Sharon, Phyllis versus Nikki. Like, you just don't see her downgrading.
Well, I think, but I think it all stems from the Grand Phoenix, how that all went down. So I see how this continues now.
Yeah, no, I see how it continues. And also, think about it. Phyllis can't go after Sharon. She can't go after Nikki. There's no point in her going after Chelsea. There's no one for her to play with. So
right.
True.
In both ways, it makes sense.
Right.
You know, Phyllis
exactly.
needs an arch enemy.
Chloe.
Phyllis needs an arch enemy to be, you know, to be
Phyllis.
Mojo. I don't know how. To be Phyllis. You know, and that's not even writing. That's a human dynamic that you know, down through the ages. You know, she needs that energy to spark off of, you know, almost like a drug. You know.
Right.
So
exactly.
It makes a lot of sense in what's happening. I just wish that they give her a better story. They give her more, you know, to play with. You got her back. You know, I don't, because Annie, because Cynthia is doing such an amazing job. I don't miss her as Nina, but I did love her as Nina. When I heard what went down, I'm like, you know, okay, you got Gina playing, you know, and I'm sorry, but I thought Gina did a fabulous job. I will never, ever, ever say anything other than that. So when they brought her back, I was waiting for, you know, this is the Stafford. Y'all gonna bring us a story that's gonna blow us out of the water, and I'm still waiting. It's not as bad as Miss Sheila Carter serving mozzarella sticks up at the bar, but you know, I'm still waiting for them to use her to the capacity that she deserves. However, then I look at, you know, Doug Davidson, and I look at Tracy Bregman, and I look at Christian LeBlanc, and I say, oh, yeah, you're right. All right. I see. You're right. I see what's going on.
Yeah. Well, and the Dina storyline is getting sadder by the day because we know that there's not much time left. I was actually very surprised that they moved her back into the house, because they couldn't handle her before, and so they put her where she needed to be, but now they brought her back home. So I don't know. That kind of confused me.
She's no longer a danger to herself.
That's not true.
Not only,
at this point.
Go ahead, Anthony.
I'm sorry, I'm going to be cynical at this moment, but I think some of, let's call them the powers that be, started paying attention to what was going on over on ABC, so to speak, and said, we got to reclaim our storyline here. So, it's going to be the battle of the degeneration. It's going to be, and right now, for the last couple of months, I had been saying, in the beginning, this storyline was amazing, absolutely amazing. They hit every beat for the longest time. Then they had this weird ass search for the diary pages, and oh man, it devolved really badly. Whereas the other one has gone at a pretty steady rate. It's relatable, real, so on and so forth. So they really need to tell this story. They got Sharon going on, and they're doing such a beautiful job with that. They really need to bring this back to reality. Bring this back to reality right quick. Quick. Because otherwise they're turning, they're doing a bad thing to the people, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that are suffering both with this and as family members.
Yep.
And loved ones, caretakers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If they don't pull this story back right quick, they're doing a really bad disservice to the people that are living it in real life.
Right. So we're getting down on time here, and we still have 2 more soaps to go through. So about 12 minutes for each one. So next one we'll go on to is Days. Today I thought it was going to come out, but it looks like it won't be till tomorrow or maybe Monday about the baby as far as talking to Sarah. So, Carolyn, go on.
Well, I was holding my breath with Eric and Nicole and Kristen and Brady, and as you say, they're going to drag it out. DeSantis stole my show yesterday, so what happened today?
They, What's Greg's name on there?
Eric.
Oh, Eric.
Eric at the end walked into Sarah's house to talk to her because they found her, they found out she was going home after the surgery. And so they said, we have to talk to you now. And she's like, can it wait? And they're like, no. So, Eric went with her home and he started to talk and then, end scene. See you tomorrow.
Oh. Now, the last time I saw it was Eric and Nicole, and Nicole said if you just want to leave things the way they are, and you don't want to divulge anything, what happened? They came to an agreement, obviously.
Well, Eric is no way going to let that stay secret. You know how he is with the truth, and that's his brother. So, he's like, no, we can't do this. So
he was very angry a couple of days ago, and now he's settled down, thinking a little more clearly.
Because of the initial shock, you can understand how he was feeling.
Right.
And now that the shock is more or less wearing off, it's reality, and he's got to do what he's got to do, what he feels is right in his heart.
And is Xander really sincere, or is this just all a
I
ploy
think he really
for him?
loves Sarah.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah. He definitely loves Sarah.
Yeah. No.
Well,
That sincerity is real. You know, and I think the battle inside himself, you know, you've seen it with Will getting out of jail. The battle inside himself to be who he wants to be versus who he's always been has played out really, really well. You know, and
Well, the guilt is definitely eating at him. You saw that, you know, when he had that dream, that nightmare, and that. But you know, he had Victor, of course, talked him into, you know, not saying anything. So,
but today,
and he
Xander melted a little bit with Victor. Carolyn, you said you missed it today.
No, I didn't see it today.
Okay, so Victor ended up telling him how much he appreciates him standing by Maggie and taking care of him, and he says, "You've been a true Kyriakos."
Okay.
And he gives him was it his grandfather's heirloom?
Yeah.
Right, and I think he just melted inside, and I think that's all he wanted from Victor. All these years.
That is all he's it is all he's ever wanted.
Yeah.
Want to be part of the family and loved, like all the rest of them are, and appreciated.
Well, when these chips fall, he said, and Eric, he says he's going to kill Xander. The scenes the other day were quite dramatic. Of course, Greg Vaughn does a phenomenal job.
He does. I'm waiting for Maggie's reaction.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Maggie's reaction, and I'm honestly waiting for the comeuppance for Victor. You know, enough is enough is enough.
Yes, yeah, he's has been really down and dirty.
Well, I thought about the Maggie thing when she finds out as far as the baby goes, because when she was, you know, in jail talking to Sarah, and I thought to myself, because she, you know, she was so upset, and she's taking her punishment for what she thinks she's done. Well, part of what she's done. But wait until she finds out. I can't even imagine. The one good thing is she won't fall back on drink because she's in the jail, so she's not going to be able to get a hold of alcohol. True. But I'm wondering if this is going to cause her to have a heart attack or something from the stress.
Or a stroke.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Or go insane.
Well, her acting this year has been phenomenal.
She's over the top.
Yeah.
I don't know what they have planned for the next. I want her to become like really, really mean, like just.
I want her to go insane.
Yeah, like go.
I want her to go
right
straight
off.
up insane.
Yeah, go right off the edge.
Speaking of which, before we head off, what did everyone think of the April Fool's Day episode?
I think it was a waste of time.
Oh. Yeah. No. No.
I liked it.
No, the only part I liked was seeing Sean.
Just to have fun?
No, the only part I liked was seeing Sean Christian. That was it.
Well, that too, and I did like Greg Rickhart. I mean, here's the thing. I'm going to defend.
Oh, and Greg,
I saw a mixture. I saw a mixture on social media, and here's the thing. Days of Our Lives, yes, is that soap that, you know, it has a rich history and whatnot, and you know, they poked fun at each other a couple of times, you know, before Ron came over. I just think, like, right now in these times, it was something to kind of get us away from it. Like, I love the fact that, oh my God, that baby.
That baby.
I love the fact that Nicole was put in a predicament. Like, okay, Eric or Daniel, because I was like at first, and I mean, I gotta give it because I didn't realize it until again April Fools, like all that. But I was like, if they say that there's a twin of Daniel out there, I'm gonna be like, okay, Dave, I'm done. I'm like, where did this twin come from? And then I was like, oh yeah, it is April Fool's Day. Like, duh, Candace. I enjoyed it. I gotta say, again, Dave we needed some comedy. I know a lot of people probably didn't like it, but I thought it was funny. The baby.
Yeah, and there was a couple parts that were funny, but I mean, especially the Greg Ricard part was really funny. But I don't know. To me, I could have did without it. Yeah. There's too much. There's too much going on right now.
Ball. Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I think if it had been a month ago or a couple of months from now, it would have worked really well. Yeah. But to throw it in right, it just didn't work. I love Greg Ricard, and of course, having Daniel for 5 minutes, it just didn't work right now. No.
Timing was really off. Yeah, timing was really off.
Yeah, definitely. So, and now we have Stefano. I mean, come on. Now, to me, him getting hit in the eye with that heel should have been on that April Fool's Day thing. Couldn't they let Steven come back as having two eyes? The poor guy's worn a patch forever. I mean, I know that's his thing, but his eye was fixed,
I actually thought that was going to turn him back.
Now he told Kayla he's not going to give his permission. They can't do the surgery.
She did the surgery.
Oh, did she do it today?
She did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So she
did it.
So
Ralph wouldn't do it, but she said she learned a lot watching, and so she did it herself. Her and Sarah.
Right, and in 5 seconds, this will detonate. 4, 3, 2, and you'll know what I'm talking about, Carolyn, when you watch it. So you'll understand me saying that.
Yeah. All right. Just before we move on to another soap, I just want to ask: are you loving Gabby?
Yeah, I'm loving Gabby.
Yeah.
If she's not nominated this year.
Oh yeah. Well, don't even talk about it, Anthony, with the daytime Emmys, because I can't right now with the. I feel so. I mean, I understand health reasons, but it just feels weird. There's no daytime Emmys.
I know.
They could have done
but a lot of things are on hold right now. So I mean, there's nothing we can do about it.
No, they literally. There's no 2020 Emmys at all. I mean, they're going to try to figure something out to, like they said the nominations were still going to come out, but other than that, you're not unless they're going to Zoom it, which I wouldn't mind actually, but.
No, I wouldn't mind that either. They should be doing it virtually.
Yeah.
The last thing that I read was that they were going to work on something. I didn't hear that it was gone altogether.
I'll send the thing that I got. Oh, I've been doing investigation reporting. I'm an investigator as well as a screen, writer. I got emails. Yeah. But I mean,
this will be the perfect excuse not to do them.
I mean,
okay.
Yep. But yeah, I like that.
So let's go to Port
Camilla should definitely get lead actress nomination, and if she doesn't, feel sorry for you, NBC, because some people are going to be coming after you when all this is done.
Well, we can all do our own show.
There you go.
Fix. There you go.
The Take-Two Radio Awards?
That's right. Best drama series, Gone Light. Best drama series, Gone Light. So, weekdays, 3:00, CBS.
And you can ask all your fans. Pam's on there asking for votes, so you can do it that way. That would be interesting. Get your fans involved on Instagram.
We can try it. We'll see what happens. So,
yeah.
You know, I put things out there, but not a lot of traction. A lot of times with some things, in some things you do get a lot of traction. So it's just a trial and error kind of thing.
Trial and error. You know, I just saw someone come in on my phone. What's this about, Jordy? What's this about Jordy?
Okay. Well, wait a minute. Did we go through all the shows? No. Wait.
No, we didn't do
part. We still got General Hospital, but I can't wait. What's happened? Is he okay?
So if you go to Jordy's Instagram, he posted a video of him and his wife. The family did have the virus.
Did have. Okay.
Yeah, they're recovering right now. Thank you God. But the video, it's about 8 minutes long. Because I'm on the show, I didn't see all the video, but I just read everything. So thoughts and prayers goes out to them, to Chloe Lanier, Greg. Obviously, they're getting better. Emma Sams, and everybody else around the world that's been affected by this virus.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's
okay.
Yeah. So General Hospital.
Yeah.
I've been waiting the whole show for this.
Anthony. I was going to say, Anthony, why don't you go ahead and start General Hospital?
Okay, I've been waiting the whole show for this. I think General Hospital is on fire. I truly do. And then I have to say, what the. Okay, Samantha, who is she? Who is this Samantha Bot? I don't know this Sam McCall. I don't know her. I don't know what is going on, but there better be an underlying story to why she suddenly turned into the world's worst victim woman I have ever seen. I can't live without you, Jason. I don't care about my babies. I want to be with you. And she's like a spoiled tantrum teenager. I don't understand where this comes from. When everything else, as far as the writing is concerned, is on fire. On fire. Oh, my God, the last 3 episodes. I don't know if y'all didn't see today. I could have done with a little less. You know me. I don't need the flashbacks. I'm a very faithful. But some people need to be reminded, so I'm saying, I'm letting myself say, all right, it's okay, that we got 3 years' worth of storyline and flashbacks over the last couple of days. But I thought it was General Hospital brilliance when they do these moments. The whole Luke, the whole Luke, young Bobby.
Yep.
That was magic. I think having Cynthia and who's Valentina really? James Patrick. I think having them in those roles was magic. Jocelyn, Eden McCoy, magic.
And that cute little girl playing Nell.
Oh, yes. What I don't, man, oh my God, it's on fire. It was so good, except the one thing. I needed a slap. Between Carly and Nell. Like a big, resounding, bouncing off the wall slap. Other than that, though, I thought it's on fire right now.
Well,
on
there's
fire.
one thing that I want to say about what the whole reasoning that Nell went into this attack Carly and family thing is because Carly didn't recognize her as her sister. I don't understand that. That to me makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. None.
Oh my God.
And she's not supposed to, I guess.
No, okay. No, because I bite my tongue. Anthony, I'm glad you think GH is on fire, because I don't. Especially after the last couple of episodes, and especially yesterday and today. We've seen Carly over 20 years, right? We remember the day one she came in as Sarah Brown. We remember all the stuff that was happening. We remember that Luke let me repeat this, that Luke was the one who found out that Caroline was Carly and was Bobby's kid, okay? We remember that her parents, first and foremost, there was not another child. Where did this child come from? We understand the adoption and all that, but we literally have known the history of Carly since day one. I don't appreciate, and I'm going to say this, and I know I may get a lot of trouble for this. I don't appreciate when a character, a legacy character such as Carly, Anna, or any of their other legacy characters, history has to be rewritten for a prop, for a character to be melted into. We never knew about Nell until we found out she was Jocelyn's donor for the kidney that Jack found on the black market list. Okay? And to me, I feel as though, like, okay, yeah, Eda McCoy did a phenomenal job. Of course she would. But the fact that, like you said, Pam, the reason for all of this is because Carly didn't recognize Nell. Are you effing kidding me? I'm sorry.
I know.
But this was such a slap in the face. But I do give them credit for something that Nell said. When Nell said how Carly got a magical makeover. Yeah. That is so true.
Yep.
But the fact is that, yeah, Carly got knocked up, did all this stuff to AJ and got a Quartermaine baby out of it. Quartermaines are well known in Port Charles. So Nell did the exact same thing. She followed in Carly's footsteps, but unlike Carly, she didn't get a magic makeover. That's the only thing that I will applaud GH for. Other than that, the destruction of Carly's history, sorry.
But Candice, it really wasn't a destruction of her history because she came to town looking to get Bobby.
Right.
She came.
Right.
There was never a mention of a kid because Frank
there was
out
no
of
reason
her life
to.
all those years.
There was
Frank.
Right.
Yeah,
there was no.
It isn't a rewrite. It's just a complete rewrite is what they did with Anna. And suddenly she got a baby with phase on.
Wait a minute, real quick. Did anybody see Ron Carlivati's tweet today?
No.
Okay, so real quick. So Ron Carlivati. Hi, Ron. So everybody was talking about how they done Carly's, history and Anna's history. Well, Ron decided to post a picture of him, Laura, and Fiona. Nola. There you go. And I was like, okay, was that shade? Did he follow us on social media? Because we're talking about these two characters because their characters have been rewritten a little bit. And, yeah, I would appreciate a slap, Anthony, like a good soap opera slap. But I'm not too sure what they've done to to me, they've taken Carly as a character and kind of made her a little weak. Same as Sam. I don't know Sam right now. I don't know this girl.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know her.
Girlfriend, let me tell you exactly what they're doing with Carly. They are setting us up for Carly and Jason filing. That's what's happening. They are setting us up
be Bruno?
No, it's going to be Carly and Jason. Mark my words, girl. Mark my words. We're going to be on this show.
Molly and Brando.
What? Don't get me started on that either.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Don't get me. I actually, that's the second floor. That's the second floor. That other than the second not fire going on. Yeah, that it was too rushed. It was not, that is not Molly's character. I'm sorry, but Molly would not have done that. No matter. No, if she was drunk, maybe she went after the big fight with Jordan, and Jordan did go too far, but I understand where she was coming from. Maybe if she had gone to the bar and had herself, especially since she's young and not used to drinking, okay, maybe I'd get down with it. But they left the body shop and got to the body bumping shop. No, that's not
that
Molly.
was
so unbelievable.
That was unlike.
And then you had people on social media saying they're so cute together. What? What do you mean? You saw them for 5 minutes.
They have chemistry.
About the car.
Here's the thing. They have chemistry, but I think the problem is, first and foremost, TJ. Darn it. This is the most action that Molly and TJ has had, and that's the sad reality. Is that, even Molly's flashbacks are better than the stuff that's on General Hospital right now.
No.
That's all I got to say about it. I mean, I just feel I don't know Sam. Sam picking Jason, and picking that situation over her kids. But yet 6 years ago, you weren't even thinking like that. You was a mother. Like, I don't like the way they're backtracking Sam, because she wasn't like this with Patrick. She wasn't like this with Drew.
No.
Y'all remember Drew, right? Y'all remember Drew. You remember him?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
She wasn't even like this with Lucky in the hot tub.
No, I don't know who Sam is, and I don't know who Anna is. And Anna, y'all all know, next to Carly, Anna is always, oh my God, I don't know who this woman is. I don't
even know Maxie sometimes. I don't even know Maxie anymore sometimes.
Don't you bring up Peter again, Candace, or I'm disconnecting your call.
Like, no, I'm just saying, besides that, that's a whole different story another day. But with Maxie, I just don't understand why she isn't career-driven, thirsty. Like, she should be running a magazine. She should be doing an online shop. She should be, I just sometimes question GH treatment of women. Like, come on now, who did pick 2 and 2 together about Nell, Nina, and I'm just going to leave it there because I do think there's twins. I think Nina had twins.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you think?
Willow and Nell?
Yep. Total
Willow and Nell?
opposite.
Mm.
Willow and Nell.
Total opposite. Because Willow, because remember they did setting it up that Willow was the other daughter, and especially when she had the heart, the piece of the heart, and then when we saw Nell. Now here's the thing, GH, I'm glad you remember that box. I'm glad you remember that box that had the letters, the baby thingy, and that had a necklace.
Yes.
I'm glad you remember that. But when she held it, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's confirming what. Because at first, remember, everybody said Sasha. Then they nixed it. Then they said Willow. But they were playing it too easy. And everybody was like, wouldn't it be something if it was Nell, too? So, yeah, okay, twins.
Oh,
somebody took the other
No, people. Nah, people, we can go back and tell shows from a year ago. I have been saying from the very beginning it's going to be Nell.
Well, we all said
definitely
that at one point in time, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely down with the twins idea, and that I like. That
I like it too.
Like.
And oh, I just found out the classic episode for tomorrow for GH.
Go ahead.
Oh boy, it's keeping with the tradition of this week. It is when Nell went into labor.
Oh, it is.
Oh God, I don't mind. No. The episode where she, get me some Kathleen Gaddy. Oh man,
yeah.
But here's the problem.
One of the best classic lines ever on a television, on a soap opera.
But here's the problem. Frank has said classic GH episodes.
Right, and I don't think of that as classic. I think of it from Luke, Laura,
2 years ago.
Whatever.
That's from 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and
that's
still
what I was
keeping it
expecting.
Like, GH fans, please understand I still have a love-hate relationship with the show. I'm still not separated from the show. Yeah, I still applaud the show, but their classic from April 3rd until May 22nd is going to be surrounding probably around Sunny, Jason, Carly.
I'd love to see some Lila and Edward Quartermain and Alan and Tracy and we're down to 90
episode with all of them in the hospital. Tony, Lucy, Alicia,
Lucy.
Bobby.
Yep.
Yeah.
With all of them find out BJ.
How about some John Stamos too?
I mean,
Blackie.
we have 57 years.
We got to go Blackie and Frisco.
Why can't we have, obviously the go-tos is BJ, Steph, Luke and Laura, Stone and stuff. I would love to see, and somebody brought this up, how about we bring up some Rick and Monica? Or when first got introduced.
When Alan stalks them. Yes.
Right.
Or how about this, if anything, when you say classic, and I think they should have did this last Friday, how about the first 2 episodes of General Hospital?
Right,
like
exactly.
The beginning, like the very first 2. They were 30 minutes apiece, so you can do an hour, or Twist the Fate.
Right. And I'm going to cut you. I'm going to cut you off.
Okay.
I'm going to cut you off because we're out of time. We have 30 seconds. So thank you to Amanda for joining us tonight. We loved having you. Thank you to all my co-hosts for all your input, and
you're welcome.
Thank you for Candace not talking about killing Peter. And everybody stay well, stay safe, and stay blessed. Have a great weekend and happy Easter and Passover.
See you in 2 weeks.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Pam said it, not me.
Welcome to Take Two Radio. We are pleased to bring you interviews with people in the entertainment and music industry, discussions and recaps of the 4 remaining daytime soaps. That's The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, and Days of Our Lives, as well as various other shows. For upcoming and previous shows, check take2radio.com. That's with the number 2. And you can find us on Blog Talk Radio, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and other streaming apps. Follow us on social media at Take Two Radio, and thanks for listening.